Hi, sweet friend. So, do you struggle with knowing who is safe and unsafe in your life? Maybe you've allowed somebody into your life that's really um, crushed your heart, betrayed you, something like that. In today's video, I just want to talk about how we can recognize who a safe person is and what we can do about that moving forward. I'm going to share my own story, a little bit of my own story, and something that I've learned along the way. So, it can be so daunting to think about allowing another person into your life again, hey? Like, whether that's a friendship, whether that's a romantic partner, if you've allowed an unsafe person in your life that had a lot of access to like your heart, your vulnerabilities, and they've literally stomped on it, it just, it sometimes gives me anxiety to think about, okay, can we trust this person again? Is this a safe person? Should I run away? Should I stay? All those questions that go through our mind. And if you're like me and you've allowed someone unsafe in your life in the past, there's a high chance they may have abused you, been manipulative, controlling, what else? Yeah, and just like an unhealthy relationship overall, hey? So I'll talk about one of my experiences. Unfortunately, I have more than one, but let's talk about the main one. So I was married to an abusive guy, we were married for 5.5 years, together for 8. And just like in hindsight, looking back, I can see all the times I ignored red flags, questioned myself, lost trust in myself. So let me rewind a little bit. I remember the subtle things in the beginning. So in the beginning, I remember there was some name calling. Now, I grew up, not to excuse anything, but I grew up kind of like a tomboy, and it was normal to like jab and name call a little bit and just, it was funny, haha, jokes. So I originally took it like that. But looking back, like I said, it was not haha jokes, really. So because I didn't trust myself, because I didn't have, I really was like a blank slate with boundaries. Like, I didn't even know what boundaries were. I didn't know how to implement them. I didn't know how to maintain them. I didn't even know they were a thing. And what else? Like, my self-esteem was low enough that I didn't know that I had like needs and could voice those. I didn't even like all these things I didn't understand. I didn't even know what red flags were. So when that name calling happened, I was like, like I had a little pause, like a little pause in my heart, or my spirit was like, that's interesting. Is that normal? And then I kind of brushed it off, because I was like, well, when I'm with the guys, we name call. So I kind of, brushed it off. And so that was the first thing, ignoring a red flag, because with abuse, right, we know it often escalates. And that's exactly what happened. Like, the name calling went to really severe name calling years down the road. And so I just ignored that. I remember being fueled by a lot of fear. So the fear was fear of abandonment and fear of rejection. So because those things were like swirling around in my mind and my heart for so many years, I wasn't going to implement a boundary. I was like, okay, I must be wrong, or, oh, something's wrong with me. Therefore, I'm not going to say anything, do anything like that. So, when I got with an unhealthy, unsafe person, bulldoze right over me, bulldoze, because, oh, she's not going to stop me. He could basically do whatever he wanted. Okay. So I really, like, it was completely soul sucking. As you know, if you want to journey with me on this, my YouTube channel, you can like and subscribe to this video, because I'm going to be sharing like I said, my story spans like 10 years. So there's lots of tidbits to share and to hopefully help you with. So I will just say, in the beginning, missed a lot of red flags, didn't know what they were. Therefore, it was a huge, huge mess. Okay. So when you live in that, when you kind of breathe that in for long enough, what happens? Like I said, mistrust, like up the yin yang, mistrust of people, just constantly doubting, feeling uncertain, confused, living like that. That's what happened from just not being able to recognize like what is up with this person and what is up with me, you know? So I don't know, reflect, give yourself a moment here, like reflect on if you're waffling between like somebody in your life, wondering if they're safe or not. Do you see yourself having like a little twinge in your spirit, like, was that an okay thing to say or do to me? I don't know. Or maybe maybe you feel uneasy around them. One thing I often tell women is, okay, when you're around somebody, how do you feel? I know feelings aren't always true, but that's one thing I ignored was, like I said, I could feel like my spirit in my chest, almost like a tightening. And our body gives us warnings. Like when you eat something nasty, does your body not tell you, hey, that was nasty? So when you're around this person, how do you feel? Calm, at ease, or tight, tense, unsure, on edge? Listen to your body. And if you're in survival mode, it's actually super hard to listen to your body. Try and slow down. I'm sure your body's actually been telling you all the things for a long time and you just haven't been listening. So that's one thing that really kind of messed me up, unfortunately. But, that's something we need to work through. So we've sat in this ickiness a little bit for a few minutes here as you're reflecting on, that's what happened to me, or I feel that way too. We don't have to sit in ickiness. That's the cool thing about all this stuff, hey? Like we don't have to actually not know about boundaries, or we don't actually have to not be practicing them in our life actively. We can learn these things. Guys, I've been free from DV and some other traumas for 11 years now. I left 11 years ago and I've learned so much. Yes, I still struggle a bit for sure because that fear can rear its ugly head now and again, but I'm a whole lot better at being like, hey, fear, hey, enemy, you are not going to like get at me. God is my father and I'm more than a conqueror in Christ and I can do this. I can learn the things. So I hope you let me teach you some of the things that we can like focus on learning as you're learning to trust yourself more and other people. Real quickly, in the description below, I did create a Is This a Safe Person checklist. Download it, it's for free. And next time you're like wondering if this person is like okay or not, go through it. It's a mini journal too. So it's a checklist. There's some journaling stuff in there too to really help you reflect. In the description below, download it. Also, if you are on Substack, even if you're not, I have a publication on there. I'm writing a series on this. Check that out too. I'll leave the description below if you're a reader. If you're not, become one. Okay, so safe people. I made a little notes here because I don't want to like forget. So this is my Cole's Notes version of like how we can recognize who safe people are. So number one, do they respect your boundaries? So if you implement a boundary or put in a boundary, do they like, how do they react? Do they put up their walls and they're like, whoa, Allie, what is your deal? Or do they say, okay, sure, they respect it, they keep going on with life, they don't make you feel like a weirdo, they respect your boundaries. Are they consistent? So, okay, with my ex, 1 minute he was normal, it's not the word, but 1 minute maybe he was like happy and fine and kind. The next minute he was like some raging person that I didn't recognize. It was very much Jekyll and Hyde. Is that what's happening with this person? Or are they consistent, like a steady Eddie? I feel like I have all these millennial sayings. If you're a millennial, you get it. If not, just laugh at me. But yeah, are they like a steady Eddie? Like my husband now, very steady, constantly, mostly patient, kind, steady Eddie. I know what I'm gonna get for the most part. If I say something, do something, he's not gonna be 1 minute like this and the next minute he's like some vampire weirdo, okay? Do they take accountability? So does this person, if you hold them accountable, like, hey, maybe you say, hey, I noticed that you, I don't know, like, yeah, you said something really mean to my mom the other day. It really bothered me. Do they get like mad? They're like, actually, it was your fault. Like start blaming you, or they're like, oh, you know what? Maybe that wasn't okay. I'm sorry I did that. It takes maturity. It takes self-control. It takes a level of healthiness to communicate like that. Okay, so are they okay being held accountable? Do they rush closeness or intimacy? Now that's part of love bombing. So if you first get involved with this person, this is like more romantic relationship stuff, but are they like super love bomb me? So my ex, you know what he did? He like gave me so many gifts. I'm not even a gift person, but he was like, here's this and this and this, and we're gonna do this. And basically just like, here are all the things. I hope you know how much I love you. And it was overwhelming. Like it was quite overwhelming. And I was like, is this normal? So I feel like that's a question. If your heart and your mind are asking, is this normal? Is this okay? Probably isn't. Okay. And like I said before, do they make you feel calm, relaxed? Or are you anxious? So like a safe person's not going to make you feel anxious all the time, or like you're walking on eggshells. So kind of like check that in your spirit. Unsafe people, red flags. Okay. Like I said before, do they push past your boundaries? Try and bulldoze you, make you feel guilty. Oh, you're really mean. Like saying stuff like that. I don't talk like that. But do they make you feel like you're a mean person or you don't have a right for a boundary? That's not okay. That's like guilt trip you. Are they inconsistent? Jekyll and Hyde like before. Guys, if we don't know what we're going to expect from somebody on a consistent basis, of course we're going to feel on edge, and that's just not going to make us like feel okay. Like God is consistent. He said in his word, he is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He is a steady Eddie. So we want to have people in our lives that mirror the fruits of the Spirit and the character of Christ the best that they can, because we're human, right? Do they make you feel confused or drained? So, oh my word, being with my ex was exhausting. He didn't have very good self-control. So I almost became his thermometer or his thermostat. I'm the one who had to calm him. Like that usually involved like rubbing his arm or like rubbing the back of his neck or something, just to be like, it's okay. Like he just couldn't regulate himself. Like that's draining. Like, is this person soul sucking or like soul building? Okay. Do they weaponize your vulnerabilities? You share something with them, you open up, they're either spreading it to everybody else or they're blackmailing you. Maybe you get in an argument down the road and they're like, just throw it in your face and make you feel like a horrible human. That's not okay. Okay, so anyway, I hope you can kind of differentiate between like what some of the green flags are that we talked about in the beginning and some of those red flags are that we just discussed. We can learn these things and you can practice them little by little. When I was seeing a counselor soon after I left my ex, we talked about like how to build trust. First, probably in ourselves, right? Like how can we build trusting ourselves and other people? And I'm going to give you a visual here. So picture yourself holding like a bunch of pens, let's say. And as you divulge like maybe some vulnerabilities with somebody, or you're like, hey, I'm going to trust this person in this area, because you're kind of assessing, is this person trustworthy? Is this person safe? Are there green flags here? Picture yourself giving them a pen at a time. Every time you are, it feels risky, it feels scary, right? You're like, I'm going to trust this person, here's a pen. And if you find yourself over time, because you know what? You can't really assess someone so clearly in like 2 days, right? You have to give it some time. So just use logic and guard your heart before you just go out there and share lots of your life and your heart with somebody. Every time you decide, I'm going to trust them with this, I'm going to open up about this, give them a pen mentally. And if you notice after, say, a month or two goes by, X amount or months go by, or whatever time frame you want to give yourself, you notice, hey, I gave away my container of pens. Okay, that means that I've safely given away little bits of trust. However, if you find you've given away some trust in that person, let's say you're like, okay, I'm going to hold this person accountable in this area, or I'm going to implement a boundary with this person right now, and they are disrespectful and red flaggy, taking that pen back. If you notice after like 3 months or whatever time frame it is, you have a container full of pens because you've either taken them all back or you weren't able to give in the first place, stop and assess yourself. Go through that checklist, reflect, pray. Why do I still have a container full of pens? pens of trust. Why do I still have my pens of trust right now? Probably because they were not safe for you to open up to. And then assess, do I want to keep in relationship with the person, or do I need stricter boundaries? Maybe you just need stricter boundaries, and this is not a person you can be safe with all the time. Like a parent, a family member, or if it's a romantic relationship, do you want to continue it? Okay, so like I said, I put that checklist for you to have to give you some support in this area, because it could be super scary and tough if this is new for you, and you're still building it. Okay, so remember, this is a step-by-step thing. Focus on remembering red flags, green flags. Focus on visualize the pen thing. Remember that. We're looking for patterns here in somebody. People slip up. If they do something wrong and kind of toxic-ish, that could just mean they're working on something too. Like, we're looking for patterns here, not, oh, somebody, got mad at the road rage and called somebody a bad name once in like a year or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? If this is a pattern thing, is this happening every day? Is this happening every time I see this person? Red flag. Okay, so, and then focus on, like I said, how you feel around them. The body can tell you things. Also, pray. I did a lot of that. Pray for discernment. God, help me fine tune and better build my discernment, so that I can discern if this person's safe or not. I can discern if this is a red flag or a green flag. Help me get quicker with that over time. Help me to build that over time. Okay? And he wants us in healthy relationship, guys. He wants us happy. He wants us whole. Remember who God is. He's going to display these characteristics. Okay? So you yourself get healthy. But as you are getting healthy, we want healthy people around you too. Okay, guys, I hope that you learned something new. You have some valuable takeaways. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I'm going to be putting out more safe people content, because I just think it's so important to our healing, and that we, like I said, God wants us in healthy relationships. Okay, till next time, we're going to journey together as we learn how to live lion-hearted. Take care.